Good morning, everybody. I'm Go VR Go Home. Welcome to Sunday Brunch Kit Builds. I am still running a little behind too. I'm still working on this kit here, and you can actually see it right over my shoulder. It's the Walthers Cornerstone rolling mill, part of the steel mill series. Look at that. This thing's huge. It's a little over 2 feet. It's probably about 36 inches long, 32 inches long. So that's still massive. So last week I started building it, and there was a lot of major parts that just needed to be painted, and I just kind of pieced them together. I still have a lot more, as you can see here. So I have these long ones laid out. So like for this here, I had to cut out, these are 4 pieces, and then I had to attach them side by each. And on one side, I did a layer of white, then I misted some silver over it, and then misted some white over that, just to kind of blend it. And then on this side, for the interior, I just did black. So there's a piece like that. And then this is the other roof piece. I've got one roof section up so far. It's got some crumbs on it or debris from the layout. But yeah, it's another that's a roof piece there. So I will add that stuff later because I've got to do the detail pieces for the inside, and that's what I'm going to work on today. But I want to thank everybody for joining me. We've got Bubs and Sparky 107, Mr. Dwight Curley and Hillbilly Railroad, Steve 87. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Now, I did put the link in the chat there if anybody wants to join on. And Perry's there too, hey, Perry. And as long as we're keeping it train-related, then you're more than welcome to come up and join me on this build today. So, yeah, like I said, I've got this huge monstrosity here. And, you know, it takes up quite a bit of real estate. So if you are planning to do the steel mill, make sure you've got a fair amount of room because, yeah. And we're going to have Perry. Perry's jumping up here. Hey, Perry, how's it going? How are you today?
Good, you?
Good. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
What are you working on today?
Well, I thought I would work on this Lone Star grain trailer.
Nice. Yeah, those are new, right?
Yep.
Who makes those again?
Lone Star.
Lone Star.
Okay. Yeah. It's a division of somebody.
Neat. Hey, Brian. I don't know if it's anyways. So I thought I'd open it up and see what's going on here. Yeah, they did look nice. I thought they were pre-built, to be honest with you, when I was looking at them.
No, they are a kit.
They are.
Now, yeah. Now they come with the wheels on them come with like a cast wheel that nobody uses anymore. So I have had these already, but you can get these from A-Line. They're an upgrade kit.
Yeah,
it's upgraded to like more of a modern type of a wheel for a truck. It's a 2-hole spoke wheel. So it's that's what I'm going to put on it.
Nice.
When I get to that part. So we'll open it up here and see what we got. I did have a quick look at them, but didn't.
Have you purchased anything else recently, or?
Me, no. I'm kind of waiting. I was looking this week. I looked at a couple of spots. I looked at Otter Valley and at these locomotives that are supposed to be out because they're out in the States, and they were there, and it said September 10th, and then I went and checked again, and they're not there at Otter Valley now. So I don't know what's going on.
Which ones?
They're SD70 Max leased units.
Oh.
So, but like I went back in my history and found the link that was there when I originally looked at it, and then I clicked on that, and it said I'm not authorized to view that link. So I don't know what he must have taken a link down or something, or I don't know what's going on. But anyways, so I'll wait till the 10th, and I'll check again and see what. There's the instructions there for the trailer. They come. It's in color. You get decal sheets. That's just kind of the generic decals for the trailer.
Yeah.
And then you get another set of decals for the specific whatever you ordered.
Huh.
So like that's that decal sheet there. And then this is the wheat pool one, so it gives you all the other decals for the specific trailer. So I'll put those aside so I don't ruin those. And plus it gives you a thing of how to put the decals on the trailer.
Oh yeah, okay. Neat.
So it's they have like a exploded diagram too of the trailer there on the back page of the instructions. You got like 3 pages of instructions for this little trailer, so it must be pretty intricate.
Yeah, for a little kit like that, jeez.
Yeah, now you can build it. It already comes painted. The body, anyways, does. As you can see here, that's basically what you get as for a body.
Almost like a silver with the white.
Yeah, that's pretty standard, right?
Yeah.
For them all. So you get that. Plus you get, this is the tarp for the top that's closed. And you also get the tarp if you want to have it open. That's it, open. Not much, but there you go.
And it was a $30 thing. It's like a $30
I think so,
kit?
yeah. Yeah, something like that. I think they're still on there. So.
Oh, and we've got Randall. Randall's going to join us here. Whoa, come on. There we go. Randall, how's it going?
Oh, doing pretty good. I'm at work right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. If I could ever get my camera to work, there's a train sitting right here behind me, just a couple of feet from me. But for some reason, I can't get my camera to turn on. So,
What's sitting there?
I got a southbound BNSF train.
Oh, nice.
So,
I think Bubs is in the field as well today, so he might be joining us at some point there later on.
Yeah, I was just talking to him there a couple of minutes ago on the phone, and he said he was in around there. He was heading to his spot there, so. He was going to be the correspondent for today.
Yeah.
He was out yesterday too.
Oh, really?
Tristan was out yesterday. Tristan was in Brockville yesterday. He got one of those GECX leased units, those blue units. There yesterday, they were going through Brockville.
Yeah.
There, he sent me a copy of the picture, so it was kind of neat.
Nice. And we've got some new people joining. David Atkins, how's it going, David? And Nissy, how's it going? And N-Scale Dystopia. How are you today? Just so you guys know, if this is your first time joining us, I do this every Sunday, usually at about 11, and usually runs for about 2 hours. And we build kits, talk about the hobby, And when we're lucky, we get someone in the field there, hopefully today, that will be able to show us a live train as it rolls through, which is always neat. We had that a couple of times there. So,
because
you dropped off there.
Sit here for a while. I can't see the signals for the building, but
Yeah, we had a derailment this week too. Prescott, you saw that?
Yeah. I think my phone blew up after the 5 o'clock news happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Everybody was sending you texts.
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty well this morning here too. They had, I guess, from what I understood from one of the crews, they had a car driving to the side of a freight train at Jonesboro, Arkansas, and I had to wind up taking a crew member down to King, Arkansas, which is about 8 miles to the south of here, to a train because all of their motors were bad ordered, except for it was facing the wrong direction.
Huh.
So they had to basically run the.
So that was just, I guess, at a crossing where the car hit the train?
I would assume so, but I wouldn't bank on it because I've heard some weird stories down there about things that happened down there.
That's why I asked, just in case there was a good story behind that.
I've heard some dandies about Springfield too. They said there was some guy running to the side of a freight train up there here a while back in the yard. I have no idea how they pulled that off because I've been up there.
Do they have a lot of crossovers out where you are, or do they build?
There is one that's right at 2 miles, which is ironically called. Well, no, it's not 2 mile. I'm trying to think. It's 3374, I think. CP 3374, which is about, I'm going to say 3 to 4 miles from where I'm sitting here at the depot.
Oh, okay.
There's a set of crossovers up there where they can swap between main 1 and main 2.
Yeah, because usually for like busier sections, they'll just build an overpass, right?
Yeah, pretty much. They've been talking for years about putting an overpass at West Plains. They've never done it yet, but I keep hearing talks flare up about it. In fact, most recently, probably 2 or 3 years ago, they started talking about it. So we'll see what happens there.
Steve says that there was a car the other day in Tacoma that actually landed between 2 hopper cars in the 2nd or 3rd yard track.
Good grief.
Yikes.
What was they trying to do? Pretend they was Dukes of Hazzard or something?
I mean, possibly. Now, they did say that alcohol might have been involved, but...
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Hey, y'all watch this.
I guess those reflective strips on the side of the cars don't work that well.
Ooh.
Oh, there was a time here quite a while back. There was a bunch of kids stole a pickup truck and high-sided on the tracks down at Williford, Arkansas, and a loaded coal train come along and hit it. And I know that story because I had to go pick the crew up off of that train.
Oh, geez.
And when I got there, this is the kicker. When I got there, the truck was gone. The train was still there. Oof. And I asked the engineer what happened. They said, well, they was coming around the corner and he said all these kids was standing there by the tracks, waving their arms, trying to get him to stop. Said, here we was running a 17,000 coal train or 17,000 ton coal train with 6 motors. And said they wasn't going to stop. They was going 40 mile an hour. It took them over a mile to stop. He said they hit that truck, knocked it off the tracks, damaged the lead motor, damaged the steps on it. And the way I understood the story was, I guess some kids had found out the train master was coming to investigate the accident, and the engineer said them little kids got in that truck and drove off in it. And he said
really?
how they did. He said how that truck was able to move. They had no idea.
Huh.
But there was some time later, I saw the same train master on one of my trips, and I asked him. I said, "Hey, did you ever find them kids that high side of the truck on the tracks?" He said, we never found the kids, but we found the truck abandoned a couple miles down the road from where the accident occurred.
Yeah.
And said it had alcohol in the back of the truck, beer and all that. I guess the way they talk, them kids wouldn't know were 12 or 13 years old. So,
Jeez.
I'm like, I said, so basically, them kids just bought a one-way ticket to juvenile hall if they ever get caught.
Really? Because it's not their car, right? So,
well, they basically did like 4 or 5 things that was illegal. They stole a vehicle from their parents. They was messing around on railroad property, fouled the tracks. Got hit by the truck. Got hit by the train. They left the scene of an accident, and they abandoned the vehicle, and they had alcohol in the back of the truck. So,
jeez,
yeah,
they're off to a great start.
They're off to a dandy start right there.
These kids cannot hold their booze.
that had to have been one of the wildest stories I ever heard. So, and I wouldn't have believed it if I wasn't there. I didn't see the accident, but I was there in the aftermath after all that stuff happened. So,
it's nuts with the things that go on like that. The train derailment that we had up our way here was a head-on collision, I believe, between 2 standard locomotives.
Yeah, 2 freight trains.
Just to be honest, I had not been hired on here at Rail Crew very long when that happened. That was probably about 2 years ago. A little under 2 years ago.
If anybody's interested, you can still see it on a rewind. If you go to Virtual Railfan to the Flagstaff camera, NS4004 went through there very early this morning on a stack train.
I guess I should show what I'm working on. There we go. Oh, yeah. Bubs is saying he's in the chat now. He's saying he's trackside, but nothing yet. Well,
yeah.
We're looking at train number, I think, 10 of the morning. And I've been here since midnight, so. I think we may be over 10 now. I can't honestly remember how many he's been going through lately.
Yeah, some days seem just busier than others, right?
What subdivision are you on?
I am on the Thayer subdivision, which is the line that runs from Springfield, Missouri to Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay. I used to run down to Memphis all the time. There's a big yard there I used to hang out in when I got laid over.
Yeah, there's a intermodal yard now, and they just reopened Harvard Yard for container traffic, which is about 25 miles north of Memphis. So they're, the way I understood it, they're actually even building and terminating stack trains there now to kind of relieve some of the pressure off of Memphis.
Oh yeah.
That's what I've been hearing. So
Because I know we used to run the Memphis with, I forget what we used to do, run down, I think it was XL, anyways, to down there, bring them down there, and then I used to run auto parts back out of Memphis. And the odd time you get laid over there in Memphis, so I used to go over to the yard and just, I'll leave my trailer at the truck stop there at Olive Branch, Mississippi, and go over there to the yard and just sit there. And the security guy came over the first time I was there, and he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm just watching trains." And he said, "Okay," because I was on railroad property, right? So, but he said, "As long as you don't get off the truck." I said, "Okay," because I had like little things all above my fuel tanks there, steps, so I could open the door, step out on there, take a picture of the trains, and then not get off the truck.
That's one of the fun things about my job working here too. I can take videos and stuff as long as I do it, as long as I'm doing it in a safe manner.
Yeah.
So
I think that's all they worry about, right? Like,
yeah. Well, that was
there's like a
but this was
distance. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
this was before 9/11, so I don't know if you could do that now, but at the time I could, so it was kind of neat.
What I was just getting ready to say was you had the rules were you can't be a certain distance from the tracks. I think it's like 6 feet is the minimum distance, and you can't what they would call foul the tracks.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't anywhere near the tracks. So.
Yeah.
I saw a news article the other day about, I think it was about 3 or 4 kids that were skipping some CP tracks, and they all got fined at least $600 each.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, it's nuts because like they're like 13, 14, coming home from school, right? And it's something they said that they always did, but just the one day the CP guy was sitting there, and obviously you saw it, so you had to write them all tickets.
Huh.
Well, the NSF has signs all up and down the main lines around here saying don't be on the tracks or anything, or don't trespass on railroad property. So
that's fair warning, right? And it's for their safety, right? It's
well, as busy as I can see why they do that, as busy as this line gets, I mean, it's not out of the question to get 50 trains on this particular line in a day.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's probably reason enough to not be near the tracks.
Yeah, and in both directions, probably too, right?
Oh, yeah, it's north and southbound. You come here, and there'll be like, it would show on the computers like 24. Let's just say, for example, 24 southbounds and maybe equal number of norths at times. So, or close to equal. They might not all be moving, but usually a good chunk of them are. So.
Yeah. Sparky, I meant to ask you, which GoPro do you have? Because I know that there's like a 7, an 8, a 9. Yeah. Which one is it that you have? Because I think they all do the live streaming from them, but didn't know which one would be the best investment, really.
Well, there's our northbound just pulled in. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm being the extra yard van this morning. So usually, if a train comes in, I have to either take the crew to the hotel or wherever their train may be at. So,
Oh, neat.
yeah.
So you just have to like sit there and wait for them, basically.
Yeah, basically. Sometimes they're Thayer crews and they'll just get off here and go to their cars. You know, you don't have to do nothing, but sometimes you got to pick the relief crews up at the hotel, or you know, take the crews come off the trains to the hotel, or they'll call you to go like take a crew 2 mile, 3351, or wherever in the general area the train's sitting. So,
Yeah. Neat. Well, you get to sit by the tracks all day. That sounds pretty interesting to me.
that's pretty much the game plan.
You get paid to sit there?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Want to switch jobs? We do
Hey,
that for fun on weekends.
Yeah, we do it for free.
Don't tell them that; they'll quit paying us.
Yeah. Well, just don't tell me you're a rail fan, because just saying, hey, you know.
I like to watch trains, but I like to eat too.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't mind me.
I'll tell you what, these old vans really rack up a lot of miles. This one that I'm sitting in now is a 2020 model, and it's already got 225,510 miles on it.
Oof. Now, is that company supplied, or do you have to supply your own?
No, that's company supplied.
Oh, okay.
Our oldest van is about 4 years old, and it's knocking on 400,000 miles right now. So, in fact, it may be at 400,000 by now because it's been a while since I built it.
And who makes the van?
These ones we got are all Toyotas.
Okay.
We're supposed to get some new vans. We do have one Expedition, and we got a couple of rentals that's out here now. But yeah, for the most part, they're Toyotas except for one of them. So that's a Ford. But, we're supposed to get some new vans sometime this month, I hope. So it's just depending on how many we get and what they're going to be. We basically don't even know what make they're going to be when they get here. We're just going to probably show up to work one day and they'll be unloading some new vans for us.
Yeah, that's kind of the way when they say we're going to get new trucks, you know, I believe it when I see it.
Yeah, me too. I told one of the supervisors, I said we probably won't get new vans. We'll probably just get the rejects from everybody else. So. But they say we got new ones coming, so I'm going to keep my hopes up.
Well, we got a new truck last week. It's not new. It's just new to us. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's got a bunk on it though. So
Neat.
both of us, like, you know, the day driver. There's a day driver and a night driver. I'm the night driver, and we both said we're not sleeping in it. So.
Well, in a way, it's kind of funny. These things run around. These ones that's got a ton of miles on them, they got sheet metal screws in them, and holding the front bumpers on, and duct tape holding the front bumpers on.
Wow. Had a rough life.
Well, one of my supervisors said he looked at. They saw some of our vans and said we actually had the better looking vans compared to where that one guy where our supervisor visited. So. I was like, "Daggum, I'd hate to see what their vans look like."
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to Home Depot after this to get the last of the wood for the helix.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Really?
gotta get that done. Yep.
Wow.
Not much left to go, that's for sure.
That'll be a bonus.
Yeah.
Get that up on the. It won't be long, and you'll have trains running right around the.
Yeah. Yeah, I fixed a bunch of my switches yesterday as well, because some of them weren't tightly closing. You know how you have the throw bar and whatnot. So I had to adjust it, and I don't know if I had one here somewhere. Oh, here we go. I'm going to show you guys because this is neat stuff. So this is one of my switches that I had. I'm going to go solo just so it's a bigger picture just for a moment here. And for those who watch James Galton's channel and his videos as well, you'll notice like he's got the same switch machines here, the Walthers ones. And an issue that we were both having was that when the servo is thrown and it goes over to the side, the clearance here, if that's the original, where it originally is, it doesn't go over that far, right? And then it hits the button, and then it goes back in the opposite direction. But again, it still has that very minor swivel to it. And when you throw it, the bar up top wouldn't connect the rail all that well. So what James is doing is that there's two screws here. There's a silver screw and there's a black screw. And I'm just gonna, okay, so it's over on that side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen both of these just a little bit. You don't have to take the screw right out. You just loosen those. And then this whole piece here slides over. So see how it goes wider? So I moved it over, not super far, but a little bit farther than what it was at, because yeah, it definitely was not too much of a throw. And then you just retighten both of those screws. You don't have to crank them or anything. So now, when it goes back, it throws it much wider, which in turn, you can see here if that's the center, even if it's like a quarter of an inch more, it makes the biggest difference because it really pushes that arm over.
Right. Puts the rail right up against it then.
Yep, and it locks it really nicely. Because I take the springs off mine, so
off
the switches.
Switches, you mean? Oh yeah, yeah. You using Pico switches?
Yep. So I take the spring out of there, and these new Unifrogs are really nice because it's one full long bar, as opposed to where it would cut right about here, and then this bottom half would swivel, and this would be solid. But now it's one long rail, which is way nicer.
Oh, is it? Okay. I haven't seen those then.
Yeah. These are the Unifrogs.
Oh, the new ones.
Yeah. And then there's a wire down here. I've chopped mine because I don't add power to my frogs. But not only does it cross the wires so that your outside over here feeds this one and that one feeds this one, but it also there's a wire here that goes right to your frog that you can drop down and obviously solder to it. But because I don't power my frogs, I just snip it and it's tucked in under and you don't even know it's there. But yeah, it's nice because these are also self-centering. So
Yeah.
when you're trying to obviously put your switch machine in there, it does come with a little thing where you can put in between your rails, like here and here, to keep it centered, but it already does a good job of centering it for you. So that's yeah, it's very handy stuff. And yeah, big shout out to James for sorting that out, because yeah, I know that it was you know, I had issues. I'm not sure if Mark had issues, but I had some issues with it, so I was able to sort it out, no problem though.
Well, I don't know what's going on now. That northbound pulled up just a few feet, couple feet, and then stopped again. Now it's moving again.
I can hear something rolling through there.
Yeah, so can I. Hear the flanges squealing.
So how's your trailer coming together there?
Well, it's going all right. I did the interior pieces in it, and now I'm doing the kingpin. It's a reversible kingpin, so.
And because I don't know trucks, a kingpin, is that the part that connects the trailer to the truck?
Yep.
Oh, that was a lucky guess.
Yep, that's it.
Neat. Cool. And you say it's reversible?
Yeah, so you got, looks like it, like there's one for the bigger part is for the Herpa trucks, and then if you're just using it for a display thing, you flip it over and it's more of a prototype looking kingpin.
Okay. Neat.
So but I'm going to use the bigger part. So on this one anyways.
Right on. Hey, Ray Ron, how's it going? Thanks for joining us.
I don't know if you guys heard that northbound taking off or not, but when they leave, they're actually already starting to upgrade as they leave the yard. So they're in pretty good throttle once they go by here. So,
We heard the wheel flange.
yeah, that was probably slipping a little bit, trying to pull out of there.
It's downpouring where we are right now.
Oh, is it?
Yep. You hear it out
It's
there.
just cloudy. It's just cloudy.
Just came back from Almont because I had to take my wife to work. So it
Your
was
wife
like
works in Almont?
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically I would hit spots along the highway there where it would start raining, and then once I got to March Road, it's like, yeah, it was just downpour.
Wow.
Hey James, hey, we were just talking about you. Good things. It's ironic how that happens. No, I was just talking to the guys about how with the switch machines. I've got one here. I went through a bunch of my switch machines that were installed, and I did that suggestion that you had suggested, where you loosen these two and you slide the bar over a little bit, and then you retighten it. And my switches close very tightly now, which is great because I don't have those issues anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want what happened with CN to happen on yours.
No.
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 So they sent out a survey there this week to see if we wanted to have the September setup at Hotrack, and it was the findings were decided not to have a setup this in September now.
Really? So is it being pushed to October, or just in general, just waiting?
Yeah, we'll just wait and we'll see what happens in October now, because we have the dates, right? The dates
Yeah.
are all set. It's just whether we go ahead or not. And
Yeah.
because we didn't have the minimum number of people for the setup, which I think was 13. So there's not enough people to help set up the layout, so it's canceled.
Yeah, no point, right? At that
due
point?
to COVID, like everybody's still nervous, right? So
it's normal.
yeah, it's kind of what I expected, but you know, some people are a little upset, I think. But what can you do?
Goes well. Our club should have its October display up and running. Trying to think what day it is, but it's first weekend in October. We're going to open up. I think that'll be the 7th. I think.
All I know is that my kids are back to school next week, and like a proud parent, I'm very happy for that.
Yeah,
No
they
more
probably won't be there. They probably won't be there too long.
Oh, don't say that. I had to homeschool my kids last year more than they were at school. And yeah, not great. not great.
Yeah. Okay, so halfway up the U-shape base. Okay, so that's that, and that's the back, so that goes there. There's glue.
Oh, James, I'm still working on the rolling mill. Check this out. I got a good section of it together right here. But I'm still doing all the interior stuff, and I'm also I did all the little roof vents as well. They're all together. So still working away at that, and working on the interior pieces as well.
I bet that's that 9,000 footer they was talking about on the scanner early this morning. There's the end of it. Just had a few box cars on the road.
Oops.
James, I'm probably going to add lighting at some point, but I'm not in any sort of rush. I still have a lot more to do layout-wise before I can fasten these down and make things permanent with lighting. But I would like to, yeah.
That's for your steel mill, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. All you gotta do is give it to Jacques. He'll light it up for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, you'll have it back soon. Fast too. He's good at that. I don't know if you ever seen his Flickr pages. He's been doing buildings for different guys there. And they're all lit up like with all LEDs.
Oh, nice.
And you don't see any of the wiring or anything. He puts it all in there, and it's amazing.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it would be neat. I was probably just going to use the Woodland Scenic stuff because that's the extent of me wiring something. So
Yeah.
James, did you ever get those hand throws that you were looking for the other day? You had messaged me about hand throws. So I didn't know if you went with the Caboose Industries or not. Because they have technically two different types. The one I have where it goes like left to right, and then it just pushes in and pushes out. And then the other one has the signal on top where you turn it, but then it also turns the little I don't know, what would you call that? The little flag on the top of the switch stand?
Indicator.
Yeah, it's not like a light. It's just like either the red or green indicator marker thing.
Indication thingy.
Yeah. Those are nice, but they're a bit more work to put together, and you have to glue like very specific points, and you can't glue all the points because it has to rotate. And Daveco had a couple of those, and he asked me to take a look at them, and I was like, I wasn't too fond of those. Oh, and we got
There
Mr.
it is.
James.
Hey,
Hey, James, how's it going?
oh, pretty good. I'm building
Hey,
control
James.
boxes now for the layout.
Sorry?
I'm building
I said,
control
hi,
box.
James. Sorry.
Control. Hi, Randall. No, I'm building control boxes for all the switches for the switch machines now.
Oh, cool.
Recycling a lot of used lumber I had.
That's fun.
So, yeah, just milled it up on my planer and build them up. Just making a box to hang around. I'm going to have 3 stations because I don't want to run the wiring all over the place. I'm going to have 3 spots where I can control the switches.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use those ground throws strictly for the steel mill area.
Okay.
number 4 switches.
Yep.
I'm putting in. I'm only going to put in switch machines where access to the switch is difficult. I got to climb over a building. I'll
Yep.
put a switch machine there. But all the main line has Walter switch machines.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing as well. It's easier, right?
Yes.
And then
My
for like the sidings and whatnot, it allows you to have more interaction when you're throwing it by hand as well, you know?
Yes, that's right. The only issue I had with installing the switch machine was because I'm going through cork and foam, the tiny little drill bit would walk going through the foam. It was never always straight. I actually ended up making a template. That worked pretty good. And I just made the hole bigger and made it fit for the rod.
Yeah.
You can't see the one switches on there, but that's the only difficulty is that drill bit. If you're going through wood, it'd be easier. But if you're going through foam, it is more difficult because it's just too small.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I got them all in. I tested them all. They what I got works great. I got 3 more. I got 3 last week from OBR, and I got 3 more coming from Paris. I depleted OBR stock of buttons.
You, me both. I think I ordered like 10 on that last run. Yes,
well, they're back ordered at Walters at the end of September. So I don't have enough. I have enough to get me connected to figure things out. But I'm short a curved turnout times 2. And they're not due to the end of September, too. So I won't be able to complete the second main line.
Is the one main line done?
No, not quite. I got a few turnouts to put in. I should be operational by another week or 2. Right now, I'm point to point with DC only. I go up and down the track.
Point to point.
I haven't wired the DC stuff in yet.
Oh, okay.
So
Crunch time. Crunch time.
Yeah,
You're almost done.
I gotta move some shelving around to get that certain area, so I'll do all at one time.
Are you still doing that expansion as well?
I built the expansion for the yard. I haven't got the track in there yet, but that'll be the last thing. But I do have all the turnouts for the yard. But I need to, that yard will have to be run by switches because I won't have access to it as easily.
Yeah.
So I want to control all the switches from outside the yard because it's basically part of the mechanical room.
Yeah.
So I ran a bridge across to connect. So, but I'll have about a 5-track, 6-track yard.
Mm-hmm.
And I have an idea to make a loop out there too, running through the furnace.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you just gotta hope that there's no issues with the furnace and that it can just stay there.
Well, I'll make it removable so you can get at it for service. But I have a spot where the line runs through the quench tower for the coke oven. That will be the access point to the loop. So the quench tower is going to be a thoroughfare.
Oh, okay.
But I had to move things around because of space, because the steel mill is big.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And if you're going to start, like I got 14 feet just to do the mill, the blast furnace, and the blower house. Just that. The coke oven is in the far corner. And I'm going to put a cooling tower in the corner to feed the coke ovens.
Yep.
And I have a track that feeds the what you call the soaking pits on the mill. Those square boxes on your rolling mill.
Yep.
That is the soaking pits for the ingots.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if you're doing it, if it's a cold rolling mill, you won't use the soaking pits. But
Yeah.
if you're doing a hot strip, then those ingots get soaked to red hot. They sometimes will go to the BOF, get processed more, then come back to the rolling mill and get rolled into slabs.
Yep.
There's more buildings involved with the steel mill, but we can't have all that. There's a bloom mill that actually takes the ingot and gets it down to a slab before it goes to the rolling mill. And Stelco has what you call, and they're going to tear it down though, what they call continuous caster. So it's automatic. It goes into the continuous caster and comes out as the slab. One big building. You're tearing it down though.
So it's a really neat process overall.
It is, yes. But my BOF is going to be made up of 2 electric furnaces, 1 powerhouse, parts of a coke oven, parts of a cooling tower. It's going to be big.
I wish I had half of that space.
Well, you got more space than me. My layout's only 19 by 10 max. I only got 1 level. You got
where
3
the
levels.
steel mill is going to go, I think I only have it's like 3 feet by like 7 or 8 feet.
It's going to be tough, especially for track.
Yeah, like I've got track going right around the outside of it, but
right.
Because it's kind of like it goes on an L shape, I can move some of it down.
Yes.
So it won't all be cramped, but it won't be all side by side as well.
Well, I had to do some jiggling with the track plan to make everything so I can have it functional.
Yeah.
I had to move the blower house closer to the blast furnace. The blast furnace got 3 tracks, not counting the high lift.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make the high lift functional. I'm gonna raise it up and it'd be a tunnel.
Do you have one of those loaders as well, or the overhead crane that sends? What does it do? It's supposed to fill the ships.
No, I was. If you follow, did you ever join the steel mill group?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
There is a fellow named is Eric Davis. David, I think he built one, and he built it to fill the to service the blast furnace because of the room for the high lift.
Oh, really?
And I thought of doing that, buying the bridge system and chopping it down and sort of straddle my main line to service the blast furnace. I still might do that, but I'm not sure if I have the space. But I might do that. And turn the high lift into a loading platform. It's not as a track.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Yes, and I added 3 tracks for the blast furnace. I have 3 tracks going to the rolling mill, and they go around the blower house. Then you got the piping to deal too.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And I bought 3. I cleaned out OBR stock of pipe kits. I have 3 kits plus the kit that came with the blower house.
Oh, really?
And I have 2 electric furnaces. I have a second coke oven kit. And I have a spare set of stairs for the coke oven too.
Oh, so much clothes.
So.
Recovered. So I didn't have an out signal. Guys up there, but just go ahead and hang tight for now.
Bub said that he just missed it. I don't know what he just missed, but
Must have just missed a train.
The train closed. It just went into emergency somewhere. I don't know where, but I guess that was that train just left here a minute ago.
So, Chris,
so
did you look into those Go vehicles I told you about?
which ones?
There was an auction going on in the city, and the guy had a bunch of Go vehicles.
Oh, yeah. So I had seen that like I want to say like last week at some point, like whenever it first posted.
Yeah.
And I looked into it. I don't know how much I trust some of these sites. You know what I mean?
I know.
Even eBay is very like, but I still have an account with eBay.
Well,
So
I buy off eBay occasionally. I'm working on stuff. That's where I got my passenger trains for my New York Central.
yeah. But even with the Go train, like it's definitely very nice of you to think of me and send it the link my way. But even with the Go train stuff, I'm just waiting for Rapido now. Theirs are going to be way better than the Athearn one.
I'm talking to cars and trucks. The cars and trucks like that.
Oh yeah. Like they had some really nice stuff there.
Yes. Well, the guy knows a friend of mine. That's how I know about it.
Oh, okay.
So I think he's trusted. My friend Paul would tell me he's okay. But interesting stuff.
Yeah, just some of those weird sites really sketch me out. So I'm just like, nah, I probably better not.
Now, last week, I wasn't sure. I saw a Via train go through the Dundas sub. It was all silver cars.
Yeah.
What version is that?
Those stainless steel cars.
Yes.
Yeah,
well,
that's the stainless. That's the heap cars.
Okay,
yeah, so won't it just be like, don't they use those as business cars with the LRC cars?
No,
sometimes?
There's a whole train of, I seen it yesterday when I was loading, or Friday night rather, leaving Ottawa. There's a whole set of heap cars there that they usually are run together.
They had about 8 cars plus the
they're all stainless steel. Yeah, they'd be XCP cars.
Okay, nice and they're running on the CN line though.
Yeah. Well, they're it's Via, so it runs wherever, right? But they'd be all the stainless steel stuff there from most likely XCP stuff. But they'd be rebuilt too, or some of them are getting rebuilt now.
Yeah, since they opened up the West Harbor station, there's a lot more train activity in the city.
Okay.
At least as far as Go is concerned, anyhow.
I'm not sure if I like that new paint scheme where it has like that turquoise and the yellow stripe going down the side of those silver cars. I don't know.
No, I don't.
The Via ones, you mean?
Yeah.
Beyond 1980. I have a CN train that I might run intermodal because the locomotive is more modern than what I'm doing, so I might do intermodal just for the hell of it. But yeah, you should don't tell Dave though. I noticed on his last video he had a GT boxcar in his layout. GT is owned by CN.
Yeah.
So he has CN on his layout.
Oh, Dave?
Yeah.
I don't even think I noticed.
I did.
Well, I mean, like he even has an O&R car on there as well, right? Like
yes, he does.
For what he is doing, he's basically it's like an island, and he just got like random stuff. Like he's got some Sioux stuff, which obviously, with CP, right?
They're connected to CP, yes.
Yeah, and then he's just got a few other things that are just random because it's like whatever the island could get. That's his story.
Right. Yeah, so I pick up a lot of unusual cars because I like for color, just for a mixed freight line. I'm not prototypical. But I do hope to have 7 GP7s pulling a load at one time.
Are you? Oh, you're waiting for the Atherns, eh?
I already got the Atlas. I got the whole set.
No, the Athern
Well,
ones.
they're coming too. They're GP9s though.
Yeah. Oh, right.
But I have the complete set of Atlas GP7s for TH&B.
Huh.
All with lock sound. The whole set.
And did you say that you were getting the Rapido caboose or no?
Yeah, I got it. I hope to get 2 of the TH&B and maybe a CP. I don't know about the CP. I just finished buying 2 CP cabooses off OVR the last couple weeks off their estate sale. So I'm not
the
sure
brass
if I'll
ones?
get- No. The Atlas and I do have a brass TH&B though.
Oh, nice.
I have a brass CN. I have the Point Charles CN in brass.
Oh, nice.
And I have that Rapido wide band for TH&B in brass. I got it from OVR
Yeah.
last year.
Oh, I didn't know they had one.
He had last year, or before we went into lockdown, he posted a estate sale and all kinds of TH&B stuff. I told my wife, "Want to go for a drive?" We left the house at 7:30. We were in at the store when it opened up, and I walked out spending $900.
Oof.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Been there.
been there twice, 3 times over. Heck, the 3 Ather and Genesis GP9s, they're almost $900 for the 3.
Yeah.
And I picked up a couple of CP SG45s, and they were Ather and Genesis. They were clearing them out. No, well, you know what? They were Ather. They were $225 a piece, a pair of them.
Really?
They're clearing them out. I got them for half price.
That's not bad at all.
No. I don't buy any used locomotives no more. And if I buy a rolling stock, definitely no more blue box.
Yeah.
They're a pain, unless you can see them all and they don't have those stupid clips because they don't stay on very well.
Mm-hmm.
So
I try to buy, when I buy like a locomotive, I have to buy it with DCC sound because I find that in the past, I'm like, okay, well, I'll buy this and then I'll just upgrade it with, whatever later. And then I never do, and it sits.
Yeah,
it's not worth
me
it.
too.
You buy a locomotive for, say, $200 DC only.
Yeah.
It's going to cost you a minimum $45 for a basic decoder, and you're going to pay someone to put it unless you do it yourself. That's another $40.
Yeah.
And
Even if you do it,
what's that, Perry?
even if you do it yourself, like your time is still money, right?
Oh yeah, and buy a lock sound decoder. That's $125 from OVR, not counting the speaker.
Yep. And that's normally what I would do is the lock sound.
Yeah, I prefer lock sound. Well, at least I found out if you have a match set of locomotive, you want the same decoder in each one, and you can get a better speed match.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, you could still match it up though, either way, right?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
but
it's a lot of it's a lot more work. Yeah.
But down in the States, they give you an extra. They sell DCC no sound a little bit cheaper than DCCN sound. You don't need all those DCC and sound locomotives. You're going to turn them off.
What I like are these Walthers that are $200 Canadian, and you get lock sound in it.
Yes, yeah.
Which
Nothing
I
wrong
think
with
is fantastic. Because, I'm not a stickler for, large amounts of detail. Like, if it looks fine as it is and it runs, I'm happy. So
I won't see the detail.
the Waller's mainline, they're a nice budget locomotive. I have a couple of them.
I got a few, Randall. I
Yeah.
have the F7 A and B Walters mainline.
Yep.
They're expensive because they're discontinued now. I bought them from Central Hobbies out in Vancouver.
Well, see, those GP9s I bought were from CC and Sound because I wanted locomotives to run on my interlude. And those things are really, really nice. I think they was like about $100 at Train World, which, you know, you get a locomotive for $100 anymore, it's a good deal.
Yeah,
So-
and $100
Oh, yeah.
in the US is about 130, 140 Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple of
Yeah,
those
I
as
think
well.
the Sound was
The
106 or
GP, what is it? GP9 with the chop nose.
Yeah, I've got
I
one of
don't-
those Montana rail links. So
I don't
They-
have a chop house.
They look nice, but you have to run them as a set. I just wish I could get a what are they called? I always forget the name of it. The
Slug?
Which one?
slug, yeah. I just need a slug for my set, and then I'm set.
Well, I don't know if you know Stephen.
I know somebody's got a slug.
Stephen Lato. He's in Montreal.
Yeah.
He's a member of the Ontario North group. He lives in Montreal. He has a slug. He had a custom built.
Oh yeah.
My friend Stephen Nickel in town did it for him. He's the same guy that did my Central Maine and Quebec GP38.
Oh, nice.
I took
Yeah,
what's that?
I think Overland did one, and I want to say Caslow did a kit. Not 100%.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Overland
Okay.
did one. Overland
Yeah.
did one because Jacques had one there for years. He still has his, I think.
But they're owned by CP now. Central Maine and Quebec. They're blue and gray locomotive. I haven't run mine yet, but it's a nice locomotive. Cost me more than the locomotive's worth because we bought the locomotive from OVR from the estate sale. Then I paid to modify it, painted it, added all the LED lights, added the antennas because it wasn't on the original, moved the headlights to the right spot, and couplers and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a nice looking locomotive.
Jacques has one there. He's got all the flashing red lights on them and everything.
Mm-hmm. I only got
He
one.
runs at the club there, so.
Split Rock is asking if Rapido is doing another run of CP cabooses, and they totally are.
They're due this year, ain't they? End of the year?
I think they might get pushed to next year. I got to be honest with you. I'm not sure what's going to arrive first, either the caboose or the steam car, but one of them will.
Steam car. I wouldn't mind a steam car, but I want a certain vintage.
Yeah, they look nice. I just don't like the fact that those new ones don't make steam, where the old ones actually did.
Do they? Oh, they had a smoke generator in them or something, or what?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got one of the ones that does make actual steam, so I'm just like, is it worth getting a different one?
See, when THB was around and they had steamers, they took one of the tenders from the Hudson and converted it into a steam generator car, called it number 500. That steam car is still standing today. It's in New York City, repainted as New York Central.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
Because New York Central and CP used to own THB. That's why I have CP and New York Central, because they used to come into the city of Hamilton. I have pictures of them.
I feel like I know very little about TH&B.
Yeah, I don't either. So I just know that Don Douglas there, the club, he was a TH&B fan, or he is a TH&B fan.
There's a time that TH&B owned a ferry that ran across from Port Maitland to the U.S. to transport coal to the steel mills.
Huh.
Yes.
I think Ontario Northland had a boat as well, a ferry, and it would go from Quebec to Northern Ontario.
Right. They also had the Cheechimong too, which is up north too. Which
Yeah.
I've been on. I've been on that once. My wife's from Manitoulin. She lived there for 10 years.
Oh, nice.
Her dad was a minister there, so that's where they lived for when she was younger. So, Chris, you live near Stittsville,
I live in Stittsville.
so you know where the Defen bunker is?
The which
Yep.
bunker?
The Defen bunker.
Defen.
Which
That's
one's
in
that?
Carp, actually. It's in Carp.
Is it actually Carp? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've been there. We're heading. I'm hoping to get up that way. It depends if we have 2 cars or not in October. I'll have to send you my cell number if I do, because I won't have Facebook or Messenger on my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, just
I
swing
don't
by.
have it. I don't.
I'm around. I don't get out much, so.
No, you work for Bell, don't you?
Yeah, but I work from home, so.
You're an IT guy?
Yeah, technical support, but it's like level 3. As if they needed a level 3.
What's
I
level
tried
3?
calling Bell the other day and I got somebody in Timbuktu. I wanted to throw the phone out.
I'm basically the guy that Loyalty would transfer you to if no one else has fixed your issue, and I basically fixed your issue.
Oh, good. So I'm going to tell him I don't want to talk to nobody. I want the right guy.
Yeah.
So if
I
I
want
have
to talk to
issues,
Chris.
so if I have issues, I just call you direct and you can fix it. You're the guy that goes into the computer and you connect the computer and reorientate everything on me.
I can see what's going on and assess the issue, but sometimes
I've had that. I think that's what they did with with this computer I have now, because I couldn't figure out my email. So I called Bell and I got somebody, and the guy came in and I could see him working. He just went through everything, went do, and it was fast too. And all of a sudden, poof, everything worked. Cool.
Yeah. Now they do the whole thing where it's like I can send you a message to your cell phone and you can accept it. And then basically you're my video camera and you show me what you're looking at.
Oh, okay.
Just in case there's like a physical issue somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
But all those motors that service industry, hospital, I used to fix all that stuff. That's what I did.
That's what Dave does. Dave works for the hospital doing that stuff too.
But he didn't fix motors.
What's you do now?
Dave,
retired,
he's like an IT guy, but he works in hospitals.
Oh, okay.
He works on computers and that kind of. I'm mechanical, electrical.
So he works in Redford, right?
No, he works. Which one? The Civic? Shoot, I don't know.
He works in auto. Okay.
Yeah, one of those.
I thought he was. Well, I just assumed because he was in that way there, he worked there. But
there's like 30 hospitals out here. I have no idea.
I know.
The Civic, the General,
all those locomotives with traction motors used to fix those things.
Oh, nice.
DC. And they don't make them no more.
No.
Nope. No way. But we used to do a lot of work for the steel. Any of that involved manufacturer of steel, they had a DC motor that ran it. Especially the slitters and the choppers and all that kind of stuff. The rolling mill. It's all DC. We actually used to test them in the shop, and I remember us pumping out 400 amps just to run a motor. We actually pumped in 400 amps of power.
Damn, really?
Oh, yeah. I've been doing, well, I started this trade 1974.
That sounds
Woodworking.
a lot like very similar to when I was working in a chrome factory where we did industrial chrome plating, and you'd have to use voltage in order to basically adhere the chrome to the part.
Yeah, well, we would fix the equipment that ran the chroming.
Yeah.
That would
now
be
I
different.
just
I've seen
play
that
the
done,
train.
that process.
It's cool, but it's like it's not as glamorous, when it's 30 plus outside and then you're inside and it feels like you literally lean over the tank. You're not doing anything. You just lean over the tank and you're like sweating buckets. That's how hot it gets.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Imagine working the steel mill when they're pouring the hot metal.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. Jeez.
So is your blast furnace all done now?
Blast furnace. No, none of them are officially done. And most of them have like detail pieces still.
So when I did my blast furnace, I painted off the troughs to simulate hot molten steel.
Yes.
Before I assembled it.
Yes.
And I had the lighting interior before I closed the roof on too.
Yeah, my roof is not closed, but I didn't bother doing some of the stuff on the inside because of the fact of where it's going, and you probably won't see it anyways. So I didn't really bother.
Oh, okay. You'll see mine. It's at chest level.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It'll be interesting functioning. I'll be able to do switching because I still got to build those ingot cards yet too.
Yeah, I got to find some of those.
Well, I got the ingot cards you can get from OVR, but the bottle cars and the slag cars, they're made by Walters.
Yeah.
But they OVR, so I got mine from OVR, some of them from him, and I got some from Paris Junction. Cause I usually go to both stores. Paris is closer to home though.
How far is Paris from you?
It's 30K.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's not bad.
First time you said Paris, I thought you meant like the real Paris.
No, Paris, Ontario.
You would have said Paris. But then you would have thought he was talking about you.
Yeah.
See, my mother-in-law lives not too far from Sparky's house. So when I head home, I just go up 24 and I go the back roads, and it's on the way. I pass Paris Junction on the way home. There's a slight detour. And heading back, I find there's tracks to the Dundas sub, and hopefully I may catch a train or two.
James, are you going next Saturday to OVR?
No, we are going to a family memorial. My cousin Ed Watson, he worked for Bell.
Yeah.
He had a heart attack on May the 8th this year. So he passed away instantaneously.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he was a Bell employee for 35 years.
Oh, wow.
So we're doing that. So I would consider going.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll take a look.
Are you going, Chris?
I got the invite a little late, as in like last night. So unfortunately, like I work every Saturday, Sunday, so I won't be there. But
you're working today?
Yes. Yeah, not till 4 though.
Oh, okay.
They're right there, Mom, with 314. So there might be something they could do.
But you're a good 5-hour drive from your area to the store.
Yeah, about like 6 or 7 hours. Yeah.
That's a long
depending on how heavy my foot is.
Right.
Yeah. Well, he's an hour and a half from my house.
Yeah.
And I'm closer. But I'll eventually go to the store and go for a drive. And then I'll stop at Tiny Railroads on the way back in Delhi. But I haven't been since last year, though. Last fall. But I don't buy from Dundas too often. Her prices are too expensive. Unless you need it.
Yeah.
He's got
Well, it's
two
like-
blasts.
That's like me with what's it called? What's this shop out here, Perry?
Larkspur.
Larkspur, yeah. I never really buy from them unless it's something I really need because they're very pricey too.
Mm.
Yes. Now Credit Valley is seen to be higher too, but a lot of people like Credit Valley.
Yeah, they're all right. They their sale prices though are basically like Otter Valley's regular price, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
And
like if you want
Paris-
scale trains, they got scale trains. So.
Yeah, I only have the coil cars from Scale Train. But Paris will match OVR pricing, but I get 10% off when I buy from Paris.
Oh, really?
And his track price is better than OVR without him. But it's just convenience. It's close to home.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
whatever works.
That's right. But once I knew the bugs in the certain things, then I ordered more twist machines from OVR.
Yeah.
So, but shipping is a concern too. But we'll see who gets back in government because I'll keep my EI going. But it runs out the end of September,
Uh-oh.
and I'm done.
Yes, ma'am. What was the use number on that? That was the most like
This thing is tricky. This is the
Yes, mine didn't go too well. It's together, it's painted, can't see the faults, but it didn't. That was the first kit I ever did, though.
Oh, really?
First one. First kit I ever did was a rolling mill.
Geez, that's ambitious to have that as your first kit.
Yeah, well, I learned from my mistakes because if I ever build it again, I would build the walls first, then put the frames in.
Yeah.
I felt I know in the States, and the modeling group did that. It's a lot easier.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You can't really see how I did it, but it's like I did the back wall, and then I glued all of these things here.
Yeah.
For some reason, they give you extras, but I glued all these to the
Yes.
back wall because the back wall is full, right? So it goes right down.
Yeah. Yep.
And then once it was done, like this way, I rolled it back onto one half of the roof, and I attached half the roof.
Yes.
So now I've got it as a half shell, which is kind of neat. And I can still get inside, and it's not attached to the base. So I can
Right.
still lift the whole thing off the base and then put all this stuff in, right?
Yeah, if I was gonna do another rolling mill, that's the way I would build it. Build the walls and then attach the framework. But I painted my interior anyhow on my rolling mill.
Yeah.
I used that camouflage green.
The camouflaged what?
The camouflage paint you use for they make it green.
Oh,
It's
yeah, the
perfect.
green. Yeah, the green camo. Yeah.
Well, that's almost the color Stelco was building for doing that color.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But my BOF is going to paint it blue. Same as Stelco's BOF is blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got to repaint my coke oven, but I did some alterations for that to make it fit better in the layout.
Yeah, they're very tough. And, like a lot of people like to put a kit together and then paint it. I mean, to each their own, right?
Yes.
But some of these, I have no idea how you would be able to do that. It's just, it doesn't seem feasible.
Very carefully.
It's difficult. Like the coke oven, I painted part of that assembled. So I had to mask it all off, though.
Yeah.
Like like top of the coke oven, all those heat pipes. I painted that after it was assembled because of the detail of the paint. But I masked it off, made a jig, and I airbrushed it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna do more airbrushing in the fall.
That's something I'd like to get into. I'd like to get like even just a starter set to try it out and see how I like it. Even if it's just for weathering, that'd be neat.
Keep your
Yeah.
eye like Kane. I bought my first one from Kane Tire. It was
Okay,
on
yeah.
sale $100.
That's not bad.
The gun itself is $25.
Yeah.
They don't last long, but it's a good starter. But they come with a compressor.
Yeah.
So you buy that for the compressor, but the only problem is the Canadian Tire version has a different thread than the standard players.
Oh, really?
Yes, there's lots out there. They're not that super expensive. I think Lauren's getting into airbrushing too. I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that he had some for sale now. But I was in Michael's looking at them, right? Art store. So it's like
Yeah.
kind of that was my thought process anyways. But
Well, I got mine's at Grex, and it's $600 at Lee Valley. I bought it from a gal in Ottawa in the spring. I got it for half price. And it's a nice system. If you're going to spend, if you have the money, I would stick to your Grex, Iwata, or Passion. Passion, anything it's called. But there's lots of other ones out there that are decent.
yeah.
There's a place called Sunward Hobbies, and they're in Markham, Toronto area. Check their website out if you want to look for ideas.
Yeah.
They have a lot there.
I guess I'm going to have to now.
It's a good reference site. Same as OBR. They have everything's on their website. It's good to look at it better.
Yeah.
And, but they are a Grex dealer, and they have a couple other brands. I follow a guy in the States on airbrushing, and he did a one. It was $150 in Canada. It wasn't that bad for an airbrush. But you need a compressor though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those bottles.
I'm gonna have to mute myself because I gotta take a cruise somewhere. So I'll be back on here in a little bit.
All right.
All right.
See you later, Randall. Have
Yep.
fun.
See you later.
I've used those bottles, and that's just like it gets old real quick. Using
What's
them,
the
they
bottle
freeze
for?
up, and then you can't do anything with them.
Oh, for the aerosol system.
Yeah, for the airbrushes. But like I went and bought just like I got a compressor from Canadian Tire, one of those things to blow up your tires and around the house and stuff like that.
Yes.
Well, it's a little bit more than that, but because it's got its own tank on it, and I used that, but it was on sale, so it was if you kind of look for one of those, and then you can get some kind of an airbrush. It works good that way. You just buy you get a little regulator and put on it, and you can adjust it down to 30 psi or 20 psi or whatever you want to spray at. And then,
Right. Well, the one I bought the entire last year was on sale for $100 regular half price. So at Canadian Tire half price, it should be the regular price. So I bought it, but and it worked great but I wanted a better gun, so I went with the Grex.
okay.
It's bigger control. It's really nice airbrush, but they're pricey. I bought mine used. It worked great, but for starting out, because you can buy a kit, and I want the kit's probably in the 400 range, including a compressor. And then you have Passionade, and they're in the same price because you need a compressor, and the small guys are great for airbrushing.
My airbrush it's a Badger. I don't know
That's
what
a good one too.
Yeah, but then I got the compressor. It was like I think it was on sale for like $50.
Yes.
So And you had to buy some fittings and stuff like that to go along with it. So it works good when but I find it's like, I don't leave it set up. So I find, sometimes I'll just rather use a rattle can and do something. And then,
Yeah. Rattle cans are okay for outside, but inside I don't want to use them inside.
yeah, right.
But I do use rattle cans for big areas. But with the Grec, you can buy a different nozzle and you can do bigger areas with it. So it's an advantage to there. If you can buy they call it fan head nozzle, you can get a bigger pattern for doing large, like the steel mill walls. I use a rattle can for mine though. I didn't have airbrush at the time.
Now, Split Rock is asking, why doesn't Walthers make a video for each kit? Some modelers assembling the kit in the correct order and showing the parts on the sprue. It would save them in replaced parts alone.
I know. That's why I ran into the problem with my coke ovens, because the stair system instructions were a joke, and I emailed them and complained with so much about problem with the kit that they sent me replacement parts for the stairwell. But I built it. I had a bunch of parts from the club, and I made a standalone stairwell for my coke oven, totally self-contained, and I just glued it into the building. I scratch built it from scratch. Fits. That was great. It looked pretty good, so that's fine. I'm happy with it. But I have enough stuff to build another coke oven kit and 2 stair kits. Yeah, Walter is fine. The same as like when I talked to Walter about the problem with the switch machines. Asking him, how do you hook up the frog if you wish to power the frog?
Yeah.
Well, send me a picture of the micro switch. Well, how do you hook it up? So I had a number 5 Walters turnout, the new ones, and I looked, oh, there it is. There's the instructions, how to hook it up. So I sent that to Walters. I thank you for sending it to me because we don't have that kind of information with us. So
how do they not?
I don't know. But the micro switch on the side of the switch machine, the common goes to your frog, and the other 2 go to your rails if you wish to power the frog. It's set up automatically if you wish to do it. I decided against powering the frog because I have enough momentum on the train, it'll get past it. But that's what it's for. That one switch, I removed one and micro switches off one of mine because it was too close to the bench work.
Yeah.
Just took it out. I didn't need it.
That makes sense.
But I had to take part of my framework apart because I had to reduce my bench work to a very narrow state, so it was interfering with the mounting of the switch machine. But I knew that was going to come about. But I made it so I could take framework away to get access, and I'll put it back in. But I got it down pat now, and before I put him in, I power him up. Yeah, buttons are working right. Just the throw and adjust that bar on the switch machine. Do it while you're actually running the buttons. You can see it move over to the left. You see it really easy. Well, it's powered.
See, I don't mind the vertical ones because even if you install it, you can still access that throw bar. But the horizontal ones, those screws are facing upward and you can't get to them.
No.
So it just makes it even harder.
It does, but in some of my layout access to that side, I have a cross member in the way.
Oh, really?
So you can't get at the screws. But I adjusted. Also, my problem I was frustrated a few weeks ago about the switch not closing.
Yeah,
that was the problem because of the throw. And if you download the instructions from the website, it's included.
Yep.
But it's not included with the instructions. If you just buy the stuff from OBR and you're going to put it in. And if you don't have access to a computer like that, you wouldn't know about it. You would not include. They should include that with this thing. But yeah. As soon as I
Yeah, the
adjusted
packaging that
crowbar-
it comes in, it doesn't really explain all that stuff.
No, does not. It does not. But once I adjusted that throw bar, my problem went away. Issue, but I have to give credit to Dan. He was quite at Walter, quite good. And a lot of the problem too, they had apparently during the manufacture of the switch machines, someone decided to switch the servo motors out,
Oh,
but they didn't have the right specs. That's why it had a lot of failures in the beginning. Same as the turnouts. They had a whole bunch of number 4s got rejected because the spot welding wasn't welded properly. I had one from Pico, the same thing. The jumpers for the rails wasn't spot welded properly. Fell off.
I need 1 minute. I dropped a piece and I need it.
Uh-oh.
And I'm pretty sure my cat's sitting on it now. So
Cat move.
where'd he go? Got it. Butterfingers.
At least you found it.
And I just hit my head. Fantastic. All right.
So when I build my BOF, I'm using 2 electric furnaces to build it, but I'm gonna raise one up higher.
Yeah.
Because my plan is I'm not gonna make the BOF more functional. I want to be able to trains run through it. So an operational thing, I'll make them flow through it like a tunnel. I'll adjust the track to suit it to get them in. I have a nice big space for it, almost 3 foot square. I'll need all of it.
That's not bad. Yeah, I have to really break down the track section for up there, and I mean I'm nowhere near that, but I'll have to really play around with it a lot, see what works, see what doesn't work, and hopefully make it functional.
Well, when I get my steel mill section that I have done functional a bit, I'll take a video and I'll post it. You'll get to see an idea how I did mine. Because my space is only my deck is 32 inches, but I took away 6 inches for my main line. So that's I have the rolling mill, blower house, and blast furnace. They're all connected. They're all number 4s in the middle, but on the outside I have number 6s.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I have an industrial main loop too. I could potentially have 3 trains running at one time. But my industrial loop has got a tighter radius, so it won't be for a strictly a GP9, GP38 kind of operation.
Yeah.
It's only 20 inches because of the space I had. But I didn't design it. I designed it for the steel industry.
Yeah.
Lots of space. So
when we went over to Dave's house and did that running op session, he had a train running on the main line at whatever speed. Yeah. And then we had to do all our switching around it because it took priority, right?
Yeah.
So
that sounds familiar.
So we had to work very quickly. And if I'm like, okay, so where's this one supposed to go? But yeah, it was fun to try it in that aspect. And I I think I would do something very similar, but I would send, let's say, a via, and the via would go around, and it can do an entire loop. But if you have to work industries in between that, and then switch over to the industrial sides without disturbing it, then that would be neat. I'm thinking of doing something kind of like that.
And see, I can do industrial completely separate from the main line, so I can run 2 passenger trains and still run the steel mill.
Yeah.
Because I'm running a CP passenger and a New York Central passenger. I'm also going to have a TH&B passenger, but that's a steam era.
Jeez.
I have lots. But I'm just collecting cars now. But it adds up.
Takes a while, right?
Yeah, yes. Well, I'm
Availability versus,
Oh yeah, I gotta put a program track in too, so I can program the trains. I'll work on that too now. I have a space for it. It's actually in the garage, cooling up right now. But I'll post a video in a few weeks when I get more track done and see where it is. I've actually gained, since 2 weeks ago, I gained almost 30 subscribers.
You got to keep that momentum.
Yeah, and I know that. I need to have my to get my main line run. I can do more train running.
Yeah, same.
Right now, I run to the end of. I start at the bottom of the incline. I run to the other end of the incline. I stop and I back it up. Whereas Sparky said to me, "You're running the trains the wrong way." Well, one way is right because it's going down the hill and coming back up the hill.
Yeah.
Up and down. No way of turning around. But I do have a Y turnout too. Y turnaround.
Oh, nice.
It's just the way it worked out. It's part of the yard. Because I made the yard. I can go in on one track and come back out on another track. So I can reverse the locomotive that way too. So
Sparky says, why is it if you're watching a train, it will derail in the same spot all the time? But once you're watching to find out why or where it is, it doesn't do it.
Because you're running at a different speed, probably.
Ah. So that's a good way to look at it, yeah.
Well, our layout
I've done.
is pretty bad. Our club layout track is pretty ready to be thrown out. I did a video of running around that, and I was playing around with iMovie, and I had my little steamer just coasting around the track. But there's bad spots because it's taken apart and got to reassemble all the time. You can't leave it up permanently, so it's not good. That's the way of a layout that we have to share space with the Legion.
Sorry, Perry, what were you saying?
Nothing.
Who, me? Here.
Okay, so Sparky said same speed, same cars, same train.
On his layout?
Oh, it's just probably kismet.
I often, if I have a problem area, I try it with a couple of different locomotives to see if there's consistency there. If there isn't consistency, it could very well just be the locomotive, unless it's the cars. And in some cases, if it does it with all the cars, then yeah, I'd consider the cars or the track to be an issue. But if it's one car, it's probably either the weight of the car or the wheels, some other issue altogether.
You get high spots when you lay cork because the glue is a little thickness on the glue, and I had one. We had to file it off because it had a bit of a bounce. It had a bit of a elevation, and the track wasn't going to go flat.
Yeah.
Just you don't catch that until you start laying the turn on the track on it.
Well, I had this one spot on my layout where basically only one of my F40s, and I've got about 5 of them. So I tried all 5, plus like a 6 axle and a 4 axle other. Only the one locomotive would skip the rail at this point. And I mean, I'm really chalking it up to it being the locomotive. But I don't have a wheel gauge, so I don't really know.
I have one of those. So
Me too.
So maybe
There it is.
the wheel, yes. Is your wheels on that locomotive out of whack, maybe?
I don't know, maybe. I'm
Yeah,
yet to
'cause something
invest in
could be.
one, so I need to.
What make of locomotive is it?
Rapido?
Repeat.
So ask Peter for a new set of wheels for it. Tell him it's no good.
Maybe.
Next time I'm around, I'll bring mine. I'll try to remember to bring mine, and you can check it out.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah. I should
I'm
really
not
get
there
one, though.
yet. I don't have any problems as far as running stock yet. But I'm not there. But we're getting better. I got up another 5 feet of space to go in with turnouts, and I'll be hooked up to the main line.
It's just like, even with like the switch machine thing, like, you know, I was dreading certain things and I just leave it. I put it on the back burner and I try not to think about it, but it really bothers me until I actually do it. And I think Dave had the same issue with a switch, and then he waited for months, and he's like, that's going to take me like days to fix. And it took him like not even 20 minutes.
Yes.
So it's like,
Well,
you worry about it so much, and then it's a quick little fix, and then you're good.
right. That's right. When I started installing the switch machines, I fixed the problem of alignment. What I did was I would mount it with one screw, look at where it's going to go, and then I'll slot the screw hole so I can adjust it where I want it, get it tightened up, then I'll screw the rest of the holes. Done.
Yeah.
And I threw away the screw that came with the kit. I went to what you call Canadian-made screws that are made in China now. Number 4s, about half-inch long. That's a yellow, not a green, a yellow. And that solved all the problems. Put them up, screw them up, done. Pre-drill one screw hole, get it positioned, see where it's lining up, adjust it, and then make the hole suit the switch. Once I figured that out, I had no problems.
Sparky's asking if you're going to be there on Saturday, James.
At his house?
No, the OVR thing.
No, OVR.
No, I have a family thing to do with. Memorial on that same day. Or I would probably go up. I'll be in Cambridge tonight, Sparky. And tomorrow. And Thursday. Don't get old. It's pain in the butt.
Yeah, this is weird, right? 2 hours went by way too fast.
Yeah,
and I feel like I haven't accomplished anything. It's already 1 o'clock.
It's time for lunch.
It's time for lunch. You're correct. I had a big breakfast, though. So I don't know if I'll have lunch or not.
For me, I'm
But
going to
Sparky,
the Home Depot.
I'm not going to OVR, right?
For lunch?
Get some wood chip sandwiches. Hopefully they're not like $50.
Well, do they not still have it? They used to have, Home Depots used to have the I don't know,
Harveys?
what was it? Something out front there, yeah.
Yeah, some of them have
Wasn't it?
Harveys and whatnot. Lowe's has like Subway.
They're
Oh,
all
do they?
gone
Yeah.
right now. They're all gone.
They're all
They used to
gone?
have Subway and Harvey's. At least in our area, they're all gone now.
Oh,
It's a space for storage now.
okay.
But yeah, I'm getting that lumber today so I can finish my helix and feeling pretty good about that. So
Yeah, that'd be cool.
yeah, got to get her going.
That's this
I'm
afternoon's job, or is
excited.
that just
Oh,
like the lumber's not going to take very long to get once you get
I think
somebody
I'm
to-
going to work over like the next several days, like, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Kids are gone all day, so it's quiet. So I can pull out the
Okay.
jig and hammer away at it. So
right.
You got the 15th coming soon.
Yeah.
oh, and
That's your goal, right?
oh, I gotta grab this. Check this out. Hold on.
I got my can of beans ready for you.
So I told you guys that I'm gonna do a live at some point for my golden spike. Only as a joke, I don't I don't have a golden spike, but I usually hold my track down with soup cans. So here I've got my golden soup can is ready to go for my my live.
Yes.
So
Oh, cool.
that'll be
Yeah. What'd you do? Paint that?
sadly enough, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Is that
I had
empty
some,
now? Is that
oh,
empty
yeah.
can or full?
It's totally empty.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah, I got hungry, so I ate the zoodles and
Painted
nah.
the can.
I
You'll
couldn't
have
stick my can
you'll
in.
have to put you have to put top and bottom on it and turn it upside down so Mark goes crazy.
Oh, I think the lid is still attached. I tried to solder it back like closed, and the solder does not stick to this. So
Oh.
that sucked.
Sure, well, if
Yeah.
you had the right flux. If you if you use acid flux from plumbers and it would solder.
Yeah.
It's just tin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you don't.
mine
You
it's
don't
either
really
it
need
wasn't
it.
hot enough or because the flux I use is built into my solder. So
I use both. You know what? I went and bought a bottle of rosin solder in a bottle. And I tell you, I can do my feeders while the track's installed. It's so great. You just brush a little bit on the track, bend the feeder wire and just solder away. So quick.
well, very
Besides,
very excited
Yeah, I
about
like
that though,
that.
because actually
I like
the wood
your-
prices are down again. Actually, they're because I was reporting that because I was keeping an eye on it. Like it went up to about $70-$80 a sheet there, and now it's down below $50 a sheet. So
That's not bad.
yeah, pretty
That's for
excited.
spruce plywood or maple.
Good question.
You're buying the cheap stuff.
I have no idea. I just go in, I see the 4x8 sheet. It's what is it, half inch?
Half inch, yeah.
It's probably spruce? No.
I
That's
think so.
cheap stuff. I use maple. I use paint grade maple.
Oh, okay.
That's what Sparky did his helix and he took it all out. Got
Yeah.
warped like crazy.
Mine's like for the first half of my helix that's done, none of it's warped at all. So I don't know.
If it's well supported, it's all right. But I did my deck using the half-inch paint grade maple, and I paid $55 a sheet
Yeah.
when I bought it. So that means spruce was around 36
Yeah.
at the time. But now
Keeping
it's
him-
elevated.
Keeping in mind too with like Sparky, he's in a shed, right? So
Yes.
I'm not sure how well I guess you'd say insulated the
Climate control.
yeah,
Yes.
is it, like I'm not sure what the level of climate control would be in the shed opposed to a basement.
Mhm.
It's hard to say.
Not that well, I don't think.
But being a woodworker, not like it's a spruce is bad wood. It's construction grade wood. It needs to
Yeah.
be screwed down and supported.
Yeah. Well,
But
I
I
mean,
like smooth finish.
it's still standing. I think that's the important part. And
That's all it is. It's still standing, and you're covering it. You're never gonna know.
no, not even. All right. Well, we hit 1:00.
Yes, I'm gonna go.
Thank you for joining us, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
We
Sure.
do this every Sunday. So, and we always
I know.
have somebody different that shows up. So it's great.
Sometimes I'm involved with my wife and church, so like last Sunday I went to mass.
Yeah. Okay.
I was busy with they were feeding me, so I wouldn't have food, which I like. But
If the
I
price is
will
right.
be. I'll check next Sunday, see where he is. I may get on the layout and with
Right
some
on.
updates. But
And
I will be in your area next month.
Yeah, let me know. Reach out. You got me on Facebook, so yeah, just let me know when you're coming by because I know I'm going to be down toward Niagara Falls near the end of the month. So I'm not going to be home for like a good chunk at the end of the month, but that's at the end of the month. So.
We're being in Kingston during the Thanksgiving weekend, so we're leaving on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving in October.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we're
So first
heading
half.
back. Yeah, the first week of October. We'll be
Right
in
on.
Kingston.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's not Kingston. It's Basinville. It's about 40 kilometers north of Kingston.
Yeah.
And we'll be there. It depends if my nephew cousin drives my car, then I'll have my car. I don't like driving great distances anymore,
Yeah.
but I will. Usually I take 2 days to get there. But we'll be in town for 7 days.
7 days.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Just let me know when you're in town. I'm usually around, but yeah, it's just because it's my wife's
I will
birthday.
message
So
you with my cell number so you have it. Because I won't have no access to media at all. So I took
All right.
off. I don't have Messenger or anything on my phone. I took your phone.
All right. Yeah. No worries.
So
Absolutely.
if I have Wi-Fi at my cousin's place, then I'll have access to Messenger that way.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Well, have a great day, guys. I'm gonna fly away, and I'm thinking of lunchtime.
All right.
All right. You have a good day.
You too.
Yep. Good talking to you.
See you, Perry. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Perry, did you finish your trailer?
Yeah, it's I got to put the wheels on it and some detail stuff, but there you can see it there sitting there. That's where the truck would unload, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because where to go? Yeah. Cause Steve was asking if you had finished there. So. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not quite finished. I had a problem there with the A-line kit wheel axles are bigger than the kit axles with this, so I had to use the axles out of this, and I had to also cut them.
Oh
And
really?
I'll use the A-line wheels, but they're all going to be glued, so they won't turn. But it doesn't matter because like I'm not going to be running it like a kid,
Yeah.
right? So
Not when anybody's watching, anyways.
not when anybody's watching, anyways. Yeah, but so like the wheels won't turn, but they'll look good. Like they'll look, But I don't know because in the instructions they show in the pictures here they show the wheels that I'm putting on. So I don't know why they gave the other type wheels. But it's weird. Anyways, yeah, that's basically kit there. So like I have like handrails and stuff to put on and lights and all that. So
right on.
That'll be another day.
Yeah. And do you have a kit for next week?
I don't know. Like I still have the tank with the loading pipes and all that, but nothing's painted. So if I can get something painted, maybe I could do something there with the loading racks and stuff. So
cool.
I don't know.
Right.
Well, I'll come if you want. I'll come up with something, but if so,
well, it's up to you. You're always welcome. So
yeah, okay.
I gotta get all these detail parts painted, and then I'll probably just throw the whole thing together next live show, like next week, and actually finish a kit for once.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I got the third rail Thursday, this Thursday, And at some point, I will go live and do my golden spike soup can, and hopefully get this main line going, because it's well overdue. So
Okay. Well, I'll
All
keep
right.
watching for it, anyways.
All right. Well, you have yourself a great week. Thank you, everybody, for joining and for contributing. And for those who showed up today, thank you. And yeah, you have a great week, everybody.
Okay. Talk to you after.